Good evening.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the Junior Senior Lounge here at our wonderful basement abode that we've built. And
Lower level.
the lower level, yes. I'm sorry. we gotta put a little pinky up when we say it. So this will be episode 5 of what we have now deemed Bar Curious. So if you are interested in any sort of cocktails, drinks, ways in which you might mix a cocktail, anything like that, we're hopefully here to help you out during this whole quarantine mess, and perhaps beyond. We don't know what the future holds for us, or
It'll be a new career. Who knows?
yes. Send money, please. But yes. So tonight.
Don't say that; they'll do it.
Oh, and don't send money.
Yeah,
that would be bad.
Ignore the PO box at the bottom.
Yes, so tonight we are, we don't really have a theme for this evening. We're going to be trying a couple different things. I am going to be trying some of these sugar-free syrups that our friend Chris Halley turned us on to. They seem to be a good way to add a little flavor and spice to a drink without upping the calorie count too much and sending you into a diabetic coma. So my drink's going to be a little on the tame side tonight, but hopefully it'll taste good and it'll give you the opportunity to see just how you can actually use some of these syrups in your own drinks to add a little pizzazz to them. And as for Jeff, what are you making?
Well, originally I was going to take the suggestion of our dear friend Peter Larson suggested, which is a flatliner, and which is really interesting because it's like a shooter, and it's got 2 clear liqueurs with some Tabasco in between. So when you look at it, it's like the flat line, the little red line, like when the hospital says, you're done. But I found that the Tabasco that we had was kind of old and it was looking kind of brown and muddy. So I think we'll defer that to another day. We'll get some fresh ingredients so we can make it really spectacular for you all. But tonight I'm going to do something which is called a Jasmine. I was thinking, I made a drink a few weeks ago using Campari, and a lot of people said, "Oh, I don't like Campari; it's too bitter." So, including my dear husband. So I thought that maybe I could try something that we could still use Campari, but add a little bit of a little sweet to it, so that maybe it'll cut some of that bitterness a little bit. So Jasmine consists of gin and Campari, and the special twist is it's also got triple sec in it, a little lemon juice, and it calls for, the traditional drink calls for a lemon twist in it, but instead of doing that, I'm going to do a sugar lemon around the rim, so that when you take a sip, you actually get a little extra sweet.
He's going fancy tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going low key. Yes, so my mom has informed me that it sounds like there's a jet engine going on in the background. We're on my old laptop at the moment, which is probably about 12 years old. It's got a little bit of a fan issue, and for some reason it's picking it up on the mic, but we have ordered a new part for my other laptop, which is for my MacBook, so we'll be able to use that next time, and hopefully we will have no more technical difficulties at that point.
Just like the big motion picture studios, I think they all go through this.
Oh yeah, these are startup concerns, but bear with us. Yes, so, hey Jason, what's up? Hey Scott, hi Mom. Jeffrey, no, you don't need to worry about sending us to AA. This is honestly probably only the 3rd time we've had a drink this week, I think.
That sounds pretty alcoholic.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about us. We're good. Now, if you see us slosh over or something, it may not be that bad. All right, so I'm going to be making a peanut butter old-fashioned tonight, which surprisingly I got from Skippy Peanut Butter's website. I don't know why Skippy is in the drinking game these days, but more power to them, and they helped me out. So
anything that sells peanut butter,
probably so, yes. So it's going to be a fairly simple recipe. What you want to do is start off with your shaker, and we're going to put some ice in here. Realize that you always want to start with your glass version first. The metal one goes on fast. It's been a long day, people. Okay, so we're going to use our trusty maker's mark, and we're going to be doing 2 ounces of our bourbon. Now, they actually sell a peanut butter infused bourbon. I don't know if everybody does these days, but we were at the liquor store the other day and saw tiny little party vials of these things.
99 cents.
Yeah. So, if you want to try it out, we took a little swig before this evening to see if it was something we wanted to use. I didn't want that much peanut butter flavor in there. It was pretty good, but it's, I say interesting when I don't really know how I feel about something.
And in the state of Maine, you get a nickel back if you return.
All right. So the main ingredient for tonight's cocktail, at least on my end, is this Torani peanut butter syrup. It's sugar-free. So the reason we got turned on to these and decided to try them out, our friend Chris Alley, his husband, has diabetes, and he's always watching his sugar, and he said that they went to the liquor bar not that long ago and saw this whole display set up that had all these different flavors of these sugar-free syrups. They've got cherries and peanut butter, and I also bought a s'mores flavored one, which was delicious. I had some of that last night. If you're interested in what I did with it, I just took 2 ounces of vanilla vodka and put in 1 ounce of the s'mores flavored syrup, and had a nice chocolatey, graham crackery sort of a drink there. But I wanted to try something different today, so this is where the peanut butter is coming in. So it doesn't really take a lot to impart a lot of flavor. These syrups really pack a punch, and as our friend noted last night, if you drink too much of this stuff, it kind of puts a bit of a chemically aftertaste in there. You don't want that. You just want to have just enough to give you the flavor without kind of overpowering the rest of the drink.
That's the sugar-free that's doing
yes,
that.
Yes, it's a little artificial tasting. So you just want about 1/4 of an ounce to go into your drink at this point. And the next thing we want to add is a couple dashes of bitters. If you can find any flavored bitters that you want, that you might want to put in there just to, again, give it a little pizzazz, you can do that. I'm just using our straight Angostura bitters because that's what the recipe recommended. And we're going to give this a nice good shake. And they recommended straining this into a lowball glass. Since you've already got the everything chilled, you shouldn't need any ice. Nice little drink there. And just because this is an old-fashioned, we're going to start it up in the usual way with a nice orange slice for the garnish. And of course, you can't have an old-fashioned without a maraschino cherry. If I can get it open. My hands are all wet now. and you're alone in your bar, so you can just dip your fingers in there and nobody's going to worry about it.
Well, isn't that lovely? How pretty.
So, let's see how this tastes. I'm kind of interested to see if you're going to actually get any of that peanut butter flavoring on there. You do a bit. I mean, it's definitely your typical old-fashioned. I would almost add more of the syrup in there, I would think. Heck, why don't I?
Or a little simple syrup, too. Kind of counteracts the sugar-free.
Yes. Yes, if you want your sugar-free stuff to taste better, add sugar. Give it a little shake. A little more of the peanut butter flavor.
A little more?
Yeah. Now our friend Chris, who has just entered the chat. Hi, Chris, and hello, Sister Christy. He has got his own. He's been experimenting with these for a week and a half now. So, Chris, if you want to leave a little comment on there and tell them what you've been doing with your drinks. I think he's been doing one of the flavored syrups with some ginger beer and something else. I can't exactly remember, but we tried some last night, and I thought it was pretty delicious. So, Chris, shout it out in the comments, and maybe somebody would like to give it a try.
All right. You all set?
I think so.
All right. So I'm going to work on this Jasmine that I pointed out, and the first thing that I want to show you is I've already made this ahead of time. But this is some lemon sugar, and the way you can do that is take a lemon and a zester, or one of those rasps, and just do the skin of one lemon, and then just add some regular granulated sugar and stir it all up like with your fingers, and just put it in a little container, and then you've got this sugar to go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that along the rim, and in order to do that, I'm just going to use a little bit of lemon juice to, or you could use just a regular lemon, just to kind of wet the rim of the glass like so, and then just run it in there like that, and then you've got your glass.
Now, if you're among company and you don't want them to see you dipping your fingers and rimming their glass, I mean,
I'll use a lemon.
Yeah, that would probably be smart. Or you could get one of these handy little tools here, which have the different sections in here. You can have a nice little sponge in there that you get wet, which you can then dip your glass into, and then run it actually in the sugar concoction that you've made. They sell those on Amazon. They're pretty cheap, but we're gay guys, we're used to rimming stuff, so it doesn't really matter.
Incidentally, you may have noticed that we use this little measuring cup. We had seen this when we were on a cruise ship, but I don't know if you can see inside, but it's really cool. On the inside of this thing, it's got all of the measures, so it just makes it very easy to see how much you're actually putting in. It's much easier than using, just a regular shot glass kind of thing.
Yeah, it's nice because, if you've got a something like this, which has your measurements on the outside, you're kind of coming down and looking to make sure you get the right line, whereas this down here is set in an angle, so as you're pouring, you can actually just look directly down into it and see that you're getting in there, and it's perfect every time.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to start with an ounce and a half of gin, and I'm using this special gum rack that I've had for some time. I don't know if they still sell it, but it's really good. It's got a lot of the aromatics in it, so it's a lovely little gin. So let's see, we've got an ounce and a half.
See that? We're breaking out the rare stuff for you guys.
There. And then we're going to use some Campari. Let's see here. And I need 3/4 of an ounce. Almost time for a new bottle.
Luckily we have one. Oh, bright red.
An ounce of triple sec.
To your left.
There you go.
Ever since we started this show, we've had to start buying our liquor in bulk. So our other bottle of triple sec we just bought is like...
You're blaming the good folks, huh?
Yeah. This is your fault we drink so much.
All right, and then a half an ounce of lemon juice, and we use this premium Creuset lemon juice. You could also use fresh if you're of such a mind. Pretty, huh?
Yeah.
All right. A little ice.
Well, we're already one up on last time. The liquor didn't go all over the place. So that's
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here.
Well, that's certainly pretty. So this will officially be the third Campari drink that Jeff has thrust on me to see if he can get me a like one.
All right, let's see. Doesn't that look nice? Look how pretty that is, all pink and blush. I think it's good. It still may be too bitter for you.
Drum roll. It's weird because when I first taste it, it's got this really interesting combination. It's sweet. I can definitely taste the flavor of the Campari, which is nice. But then it's just got that bitter hit on
A little bite.
right at the end on the back of your tongue that I just can't get over. I don't know.
Another failure.
Over 3 for me, but he loves this stuff. So if you were a fan of Campari at all, I guarantee you'll probably love that.
Yeah. I like it. I think that's a nice little drink. Nice little cocktail.
Yeah. Oh, so we've got friend Chris was able to respond. So what he makes are sugar-free mules. So it'd be like a Moscow mule or a Kentucky mule if you're using bourbon. Yeah, so he's using a shot of vodka, a shot of sugar-free syrup of your choice, and then you top it off with ginger beer and some lime. So far, their favorites is the sugar-free vanilla cinnamon or strawberry coconut. Yes, mother. Look, when I was growing up, I was a chicken and hamburgers kind of guy. I didn't like all this interesting stuff. Jeffrey was the one that was in a New York Italian place and said, "Yeah, what's this half of a sheep's head? Bring that here. I want to try that." And so our tastes differ a little bit. I'm definitely a little more.
But you're more likely to try things now.
Yes, I'll at least try them. I don't always just go like this. But yes, I had Chris Howley's version of this drink. If I had been smart, I probably would have made that for you guys, but I didn't want to steal his sitch there. So he's actually crafted a couple interesting cocktails in the times we've known him. So honestly, he should probably take my spot here on the show because he's probably a little better at it. I should heed his words a little more often, but I'm the one you're stuck with because this is my house. So there you go.
Very good. Well,
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. And cheers to you all. And we enjoyed spending a little time with you again this afternoon. And we look forward to seeing you for episode 6 next week.
Yes.
God willing, if the creek don't rise.
Yes, Jason. Very, very picky. But if you want to continue to bring me food once we get back to work and everything's going, I'll eat whatever as long as it's free. It doesn't matter to me. Yes. So hopefully everybody will stay safe. A lot of scary stuff going on out there. So fantastic time to drink.
Absolutely.
So love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Au revoir.